I feel like often my parts are somehow everywhere but not together, and I feel like the movement helps me to build my little tower again, to bring mind, body, soul, everything into alignment again, and then I can start the day in resonance with this alignment.
Hey, I'm your host, Ronja Sakata, Queen of Joy, that's how my friends call me, talking to you from Zurich, Switzerland. I want to make this world more joyful and playful and colorful because we don't have a guarantee for tomorrow, so let's enjoy today. Will you join me? I'm all in. I founded the Joy Academy for exactly that reason, and on the Let's Create Joy podcast, we talk visions, dreams, self-care, habits, challenges, creating joy, and much more in motivational solo episodes at the beginning of the month and inspiring talks with my wonderful guests. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at Joy is my compass for getting fun and tangible daily inspiration for our monthly topic. You make the difference, and you are the most important person in your life. Yes, we can live our best lives right now while we have our big vision in our head and heart. Let's dive right in. Enjoy! Welcome, Christina. It's so wonderful to have you here. We are speaking in English, even though we are both Swiss and just had our first chat in Swiss German. But we want to share this episode with the whole world, and that's so beautiful that you're here. Welcome, and thank you that you are taking your time out of your day. And I start as always. What brings you joy? How do you create joy? And who are you? And what do you do? And now the mic is yours.
Thank you, Ronja, for this invitation. Thank you for this introduction. I'm as well, like you, very close to you. I live in Switzerland, close to Zurich, and we both met in a mastermind group, and ever since then we are connected. And what brings me joy is to lead a creative life. I call it to live artfully, to live an artful life. So to see something artful in everything. This might be when I walk through the forest and I see branches. I feel like, wow, nobody could paint them more beautiful than nature. Or if I cook something, how can I create this plate so artfully that it becomes a piece of art? And then I'm a choreographer and dancer and dance and yoga teacher, and I also paint and draw. And I created a life where I can just give my inner artist all the space that it can, and I try to use that in every situation to be the creator of my own reality, of my own life as a painting. And that brings me joy. That really brings me joy. That illuminates my soul. This makes my heart beat. And just to be aware with all the senses. And yeah, that's what brings me joy. And I created my life around all that too. Yeah, and living artfully is this connection to your creative force, and to feel that in every moment, and to know that you are just a channel for this life force, and you can create whatever you want to create with that. Yeah, that's in the short version, everything.
Yeah, and we have time for the long version too. That's so cool. I mean, just listening to you, I can feel the art, the piece of art which your life is, and it's unfolding, and everyone should follow Christina on Instagram, you know, she's not looking at branches only, she's just dancing dancing in the woods within the snow, for example. And it's really, I feel the beauty, and it's not a like it's a soulful beauty, you know, that's what's touching. I mean, beautiful designed pictures, like perfect designs on Instagram, they don't touch me at all. But living artfully means there is a soul within everything you create, and that's what's so appealing to me and so beautiful.
Thank you. And this is also, I think, if I can touch your soul through my art, that's kind of why I feel like I'm here, to inspire other creative. I mean, we're all creative people, and if I can spark that little something in someone to just try to dance or paint or write, make music, like whatever there is inside, there's something in everyone, and that's what I feel I'm here. And when someone says it inspires me in my soul, then this is like the biggest compliment you can make me.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know a lot of about your everyday life, but please tell the listener or the people who watch that video to how do you choose your, like in your day, we all have 24 hours, and as you say, you create your life. And I love this word, and I create my reality. So you are choosing what you bring into your day. And how do you bring joy, like you described, for cooking and the food you're eating, but also your rituals and habits? Like, can you tell us more about bringing joy into your everyday life, and also habits? I think habits seem so dry, or like it's a logical word, habits. But I think if you connect habits with art and creation, they become something very beautiful, which can bring us a lot of joy.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so very early on in my life, life pushed me to look at my health, my well-being through, it started maybe through my skin, where I had problems with my skin when I lived in London. So I had to look at what I'm eating, or many challenges through the body, where I had to look at, okay, what really brings me in resonance with my highest form. And I realized to be able to channel that creative energy, I have to be the purest form possible. I don't want to wake up with a headache. So I really have to take care of this temple that I have to be the purest form, so that whatever wants to come through me has a clear channel. And so that's why leading a mindful life is very important for me. So it starts with, I'm very disciplined with my morning routine. So I get up as I think you too, very early. So my alarm goes on at 5, and then I try to get up as soon as possible. I make myself a lemon water with some ginger, like a huge, and then I hydrate my body, and then I start to do my practice, my yoga. It's kind of a fusion of all the movement modalities that I'm touched in my whole life.
Do you do it the same every morning, or is it like improvised, like just I always have a flow that feels right at the moment, but then I change some things, and often so I try to really go with the flow, and it is very sacred to me. So I really feel like I'm in a flow state where I'm not thinking. I just let my breath and my movement lead me, and already then it's like a clearing for me, that I can process all the emotions that inside of me, and
I have insights, and I have maybe also clear ideas what I want to create for my next steps. That always comes to me when I'm moving. And this is moving my body is so liberating to me. It's like that's where I feel freedom, when I can move my body. And then after that I meditate, depending on how late it is, if the kids are already awake or not. It's like just 3 minutes, or maybe it's 10 minutes. And then I prepare breakfast for my children. And also there I try to give them the highest nutritional value that they can have, and also for myself to be also very in tune with seasonal and nature, and to keep this vehicle as clean as possible throughout the day. That's
what is breakfast? Can you explain?
For me, it's always a green smoothie and a green tea. My family always makes fun of me because everything has to be green. Like the more green I can consume, the better I feel. I feel like some kind of a rabbit or yeah. I make a green smoothie. I love it with some matcha in it. So this matcha tea. And then, but I often have it when hunger, my hunger often comes around 9, 10. So I wait until hunger arrives, and the kids eat much earlier before they go to school. Yeah.
And they get a green smoothie too?
They have, it changes from season to season. Sometimes they have porridge, or my younger one, she's like a battery. She has so much energy, and she only wants to eat fruit in the morning. And I totally understand her, because I think she's also such a natural mover. And I often feel if my food is too heavy, I feel blocked. And if I have light food, it moves through me, and I have more energy if I have high vibrational food. And then the other one, she often has a smoothie. But with the green stuff, I had to, when they were much younger, I could, give them everything. And then a long time they didn't want to have any green smoothies. And now she always wants some berry smoothies, and I can sneak in some leaves, some spinach or something. Yeah.
Mika tells me right away, you put salad in here. I cannot tell you. The color changes.
The color, yes.
Sometimes the taste is not so cheeky, but the color is telling all the secrets.
Yeah. You have to put a lot of blueberries in, so you don't see it, but often they realize it.
Yeah. So then your morning is like started.
Yeah, and then I try also, if possible, to have a quick round in the forest. It's like 10-15 minutes, and then I feel so now I'm ready to start my work. And my work is different every day. On some days I'm teaching, on some days I'm coaching, on some days I'm painting. And when we have a performance, I sometimes have to rehearse and prepare for the rehearsals. So like Monday through Friday, every day has a different program. Mm-hmm.
But within the day, it's always Monday is your teaching day, or that is like
exactly. I have fixed days for that. And this kind of because I had many years, I tried to focus on only one thing. Like I only focused on dance, and then I only focused on. For a while, I didn't teach at all, but then I missed teaching. And when I realized I have to make space for everything, I'm such a multi-hyphenate being, then I feel most content and most at ease. Like if every aspect of me is, and I later figured out through human design why I have all these many, because I'm a manifesting generators, and they often have like different businesses or different ways how they like to try out many different things. And this gave me so much, this knowledge also gave me so much peace, because I actually always struggled with that. I kind of asked myself, why can everybody focus on one thing and I always have to switch and try out all the new things? And then I knew why. And I also understood that actually to be in my highest form of energy, I have to live that way. So, yeah.
Can you tell where people can find human design? I'm actually a manifesting generator
as
too.
well, yes, which doesn't surprise me.
That's why I love the Joy Academy so much. I mean, I focus now on one thing, but I do the podcast and I wrote the book, and I love to paint too. And but the Joy Academy is such a big playground. You know, it's not only one topic and I'm talking about the same thing always. It's life. It's also food and movement and mindset and habits. And that's so fulfilling to have a big playground, big colorful playground.
Yeah, we can link some links that I recommend below in the show notes. I think Jenna Zoe, her way of looking at human design is very contemporary, or I feel like it's translated into today's language.
And where is it coming from? Do you know that?
Yeah, well, the founder of human design was Ru. I never can pronounce his name. Ru. And he, I think in the 1990s, it's a very young method. I think around 1980s, he channeled this wisdom. And then through human design, I also discovered the gene keys, which was channeled by another man. His name is Richard Rudd. The gene keys, I will also link it below, which is a totally different system, but it kind of sprang out of this knowledge from human design. Yeah. And these two methods really help you to understand about your how you work with your energy, what energy type you are, what your what your strategies are to create life, how you manifest, and then Gene Keys is more about really finding your life's work, your purpose, all your sacred wounds that you have inside of you, actually since you're in your mother's womb. And it's a fascinating system, to keep it short, to not go into it now, but to really work on your shadows and lift them up into the highest potential that sits inside you somewhere. Yeah.
And I think all these systems, I mean, astrology is kind of in the same category, right? Like you learn about yourself, you learn about your potential, but you're still free to do whatever you want. Like,
yeah.
If a system is caging you and telling you you have to do it this way or that way, I'm super fast, like, nope, I'm pushing it away. But if it shows me what's possible, and I mean, if somebody listening now thinking like, ooh, these crazy ladies are talking about weird things, just be open and curious and check it out. And you can tell if you're fascinated by it or not. You know, you can check out the links. And I mean, human design is a short assessment. That's so fascinating to me. Like, how can these few questions lead to the result so quickly?
Yeah, it's a based on you can all make a free profile, so you don't have to buy anything. And you know, I think in life we whenever we meet a person, they're a mirror to us. They are reflecting something that is inside of us. And sometimes we have moments when the other person reflects us things that we don't like. And maybe we get triggered and we get disappointed. But in the end, all these systems just mirror very clearly who you are, why you're here, what's your mission here, and make it even clearer for yourself how you function, how you think, why you are the way you are, and why other people react the way they do. And then I also help all the relationships that I have. If I'm clear why I'm doing this, maybe there is a really old wound acting. Maybe this is just my inner child that is rebelling based on a very old wound. If I know that, if I can see that, I can instantly heal it. And then maybe next time I meet this other person, I'm not triggered anymore because I already looked at my wound. And yeah, so I think all these systems are so fascinating because we're going deeper and deeper and deeper into who we are, and we don't know anything about who we are.
Yeah, and what I like about it, it's not, like building habits, smart habits, or like, and you can push so hard and you just don't get into the flow. And it's so hard to, I'm the lazy person, and it's so hard for me to move and really, come on, get on this walk. I know it's good for me, but it's not an urge. I can lay around and be lazy all the time. And when you read or learn about yourself, you can accept yourself. And even though accepting and then just doing what's good for you, but it's kind of an acceptance, which is so helpful that you can choose afterwards more freely.
Yeah, it's like a permission to be yourself, right?
Yes.
Because so often we look right and left. Okay, they're doing it this way, and they're doing why am I not doing it this way? And then we start to beat ourselves up. Oh, I should also think like this person. And all these systems just give you a deep understanding of that you are meant to be how you are, and that you can even crystallize that more, so that you are really living your highest potential and not just a copy of someone that you admire.
Yeah, or like fulfilling expectations of society or other people, like parents, grandparents, whomever told you to choose that profession you maybe hate. And that's what my motivation is to do my work, like ask questions. Do you really want to do that, or do you think you have to do that? So how about changing it? But no, that's I would be too free, or that's not possible, or I can't pay my bills. There is so much more possible, but it's also kind of a risk, but life is a risk. We don't have a guarantee for tomorrow. That's just the fact. And within that fact, I feel a big freedom to do it my way and to enjoy today to the fullest and eat the food I love and not something I don't want to eat. Like choosing you in every moment, that's a choice again. And for me, it's really that I don't have a guarantee for tomorrow. It doesn't scare me at all. I want to become this old, over 100-year-old, powerful, energized, super fun lady to be with. But you never know. And that's why today is very important to me. And I choose whom I want to spend time with and what I eat. And the movement part, I need some help there. But I did 20 minutes of yoga this morning. So
that's great. You can join my membership now and have me in your little screen every morning. Yeah, I think not everybody is a natural mover. You know, again, like for me, it's you do natural things that are horrible for me or that I have to push myself to. So also with this movement, it's for everyone. We have to find something that really inspires us to do. And also what helps me if I have days where I feel like, oh, now I just want to cuddle on the sofa, is always think about the feeling, how you feel afterwards. That's like my motivator number one. I just want to feel great. And just the step on the mat, just this step on the mat, and I start the first movement, and then I'm there, then I'm in, and then I don't want to go back. Just roll out your mat, step on the mat, do your first movement.
Absolutely.
And then
that's so true. That's what I always do yoga with Adrian, and like you can pat yourself on the back that you're here now. The hard work is done already, and it's so true.
And it's immediately the shift you feel in your body. It's immediately. It's so amazing how much can shift in just 10 minutes, for example, if you just have 10 minutes. And in your whole, I often feel, especially like during the night, we go somewhere else, I don't know, and then I feel like often my parts are somehow everywhere but not together, and I feel like the movement helps me to build my little tower again, to bring mind, body, soul, everything into alignment again, and then I can start the day in resonance with this alignment.
So we were talking about your habits, and we didn't arrive at lunchtime yet. So could you explain further how your day is created by you, your artful, beautiful day?
Well, as probably everyone who has children, you always feel like you don't have enough time with everything. So you start. I have some days where 2 days where my children are with their grandparents. So that's when I can work through the whole day. But normally they come home at 12. So lunch has to be ready at 12. So in between.
That's our Swiss system, you know.
That's our Swiss
everybody
system.
Internationally, children come home usually at 12.
And I don't want to just throw them some pre-made frozen something. I really want, again, to have some nutritional value for them. But in between, it depends, as I said, in the morning hours. Sometimes I prepare for my classes. Sometimes I film videos for my yoga membership site. Sometimes I have to do admin stuff for our dance company and write emails or write newsletters, or someone is buying a painting or ordering a painting. Like it's so different every day. And then in between, I run up and I make the laundry, and then I run down and starts to cook. And it's this normal life of a mother who is also working.
And how do you bring joy or your mindfulness into doing laundry? Or I mean, cooking for me is a really big joy, and I think for you too. But laundry, I delegated that to Ken, my husband. I hate laundry.
Me too.
So you are like, even doing laundry and you don't like it, you are staying in your mindful
Well,
state, or are you falling out of it sometimes too?
Yeah. I mean, laundry is like the last point on my to-do list always. But I mean, throwing it into the washing machine is easy, right? But then the part starts where you have to fold it. And I never take time to do that. So now my daughter, her little assignment, like everyone in the family has a little assignment. And because she's a very structured person, she likes to do things very systematic. So her little assignment of the week is folding the laundry.
Yeah.
And she does that once a week, and then the laundry, I just have to put it away. That's the next step I often skip. So sometimes it sits there for days. But I also always tell myself the sentence, just start. You don't have to do everything. And just the sentence, just start, because once I start, it's like with the movement. Once you start, you actually are already in the flow, and then you want to finish it. I just tell myself, just start. And then that's for the annoying things, like also bookkeeping. Just start for 10 minutes and then I'm in, or yeah.
But because of you, we have the same bookkeeper. I've just put it in a drawer here. Yeah. And I give her everything. I don't do bookkeeping.
She's great. I yes. Still sort things. Like I bring her everything once a year, and then but she is amazing.
I love like how her face lights up when she talks about bookkeeping. It's so amazing to work with her because she loves it so dearly. And I'm like, oh, you're such a weird person. No, not of course I don't say that. It's just a joy to watch her. And you know, I have the pink wall over here, and she dresses in a pink sweatshirt when she comes here. Like purpose. She's the sweetest.
Really. No, that's so nice. And I'm always, when I have meetings with her, I'm so inspired to be very structured, because she expresses that, and you can really see that this is her life's work, to help people be structured and sort things and make sense of these numbers, which I don't care at all. And it's so inspiring to be with her, because then I also get organized for like 2 days, and then I throw it away.
Delegating to people who are good in doing what you are not good at. I mean, Ken's laundry is so beautifully folded, like really artfully, and I can't do that. Or really, I can't do that. It's not even that I don't want to. It's like, you know, in a store, when I take a t-shirt out, I'm like, I'm not so good at this, and put it back.
Okay. No, actually, for me, it's more, I could do it, but I choose not to do it because it doesn't. If I had a lot of time, I think it would even be very meditative, like to fold these things, but I don't have extra time for that.
That's our cleaning lady. She said, cleaning is like meditation, and she really listens to music. She even adjusts the music to the room.
Wow.
And balances some energy out. When I come home, without joking, I tear up. It's so beautiful. Everything is beautiful. The energy, everything is so clean as never before. I mean, when Ken and I were cleaning, sometimes he did the majority, and I did something, and then I had to point it out, like what I did. I cleaned the whole bathroom today. Oh wow, yeah. And now it's every week. It's like heaven. I write her a thank you love note for her work. It's just so wonderful. Yeah. I love that, like delegating the laundry to your daughter. Because she likes to do it. And why doesn't they have to put it away, that you can delegate that too?
Yeah. I sometimes do that. Yeah.
These topics. Delegating, I think, is such an important thing. And delegating to people who do their best work in that topic. That's the beauty. Not delegating like our bookkeeper and our cleaning angel. It's just amazing.
And then you get, as you said, you even get energy from their work. That just sparks over, and that's how it should be with everyone, and everyone should feel that inspiration when they do their work. And if you feel things are really dragging you down, then it's definitely a moment to think about how you want to spend the rest of your life working. Yeah.
So how do you create joy, and how do you live your habits in the afternoon and in the evening? Because you know the saying, how I live my day is how I live my life. I think there's so much truth. And if you have a Saturday and you're just laying in bed and watching Netflix, that's totally okay. But like if you have 5 super stressful, draining days every week, that's just not helpful.
So I have created my business is a lot of the days I'm working either in the studio or at home, and also my private yoga clients or coaching clients, they come to my home studio, and wherever I am, I try to also create beauty around me. So like I use a lot of essential oils for a nice aroma that is maybe also helping the client that I'm coaching. Or I now with Christmas time, I use a lot of candles. And also when I do computer work, I try to make it beautiful around me with flowers and candles and a tea. I always need some tea to warm myself. And then I really try to go out into nature as much as I can to really have this fresh air, which I think is so important, and some sunlight, and because I think in these walls as well, even though it can be very beautiful, but I can sometimes feel the energy stuck. And you know that feeling when you go out for a walk and then you come home, then it's as if it's gone because you changed your energy. So that helps me to stay awake throughout the day, and I continue with that work. Or if I have a client, who visits me, I work with a client, and then normally that really brings me so much joy. Nature, like even if I have just the 5 minutes on a sunny day, on a sunny summer day, and I always try to work outside, but I find it challenging with the sun. And I already try to build like with boxes kind of constellations to work inside the box when it's a sunny day. It would be my desire to have a computer who I can use outside, like in a bright sunny day. I haven't figured out how I can do that yet. So even if I just go to the garden for 5 minutes and I look at the plants, and now in autumn, maybe I picked an apple or a fig from the tree, and that is just so, brings me so much joy. Nature. And I think everything I create is inspired by nature, I would say. My paintings, my dance pieces, I think everything comes from nature initially. That's like when I look outside the window, I see nature, and I can just look at those trees and the birds right now. yeah, and then in the evening we have a dinner together, my two daughters, my husband and myself, where some of us cooks. And then
and what is like the favorite meal or the 3 favorite meals of your family? You know, like I had the honor to have meals you prepared, and it's just absolutely amazing. And yeah, what are like usual normal dinners for you?
Okay, well, I have always kind of have to have something for some, the tastes are different. So we're all vegan. My children sometimes, there's very rare moments now where maybe my children have an ice cream or where there's milk inside something, but actually we're all at home, we're all vegan, 100% vegan. And we always start with the big salad, but that's more like my husband, myself, and my younger daughter, we like salad. My older daughter doesn't like salad, so I always start with a plate full of raw vegetables, like little carrots and cucumbers and tomatoes, peppers. That's what I always place on the table first. And then after it depends, maybe it's some kind of lentil dal, lentils with rice and vegetables, or we make now we make lots of soups when it's cold. Sometimes I bake vegetables in the oven, just different vegetables with olive oil and some herbs in the oven. Or I make a lot with potatoes, whether it's just cooked potatoes or
Mashed
potatoes or rösti, or like like fries in the oven. What else? Yeah, I or kind of it's all plant-based, and I think the simpler, the more the children like it. So especially my older one, she doesn't like if everything is mixed. So like you have a plate with vegetables and the rice, everything is separate. Or also like fajitas, where you can fill rice and vegetables. Or we make homemade sushi like you do. Yeah, that's just pasta, of course. They also like. I with wheat, I'm not so. It makes me foggy and heavy. Wheat, so I try to buy other forms of pasta, gluten-free, or in a soup with rice noodles or something like that.
I'm hungry.
Whatever I find in the fridge, I create something with it. I don't cook by recipe. Only if I try out a new recipe, then. But normally I just throw things together and arrange it nicely. That's the most beautiful, because the eye also eats.
Yeah, it's really a piece of art. And I did that when I was teaching food technologies. You know, we were talking about texture and taste and everything. And I mean, that's not a delightful meal, but I brought sausages, you know, hot dog sausages and cucumber salad and fries. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're different from texture and taste, cold and with the acid of the vinegar. And then I mixed everything separately, like mixed sausages, mixed cucumber salad, mixed French fries. I mean, that's even just the color is yellow, brown, and green. But then when you mix everything together, it's like, oh no. So yeah, kind of, because there were some intents to eliminate food and just eat some pills, you know, in the 60s or really? When they were like for going to the moon and, you know, to make it more practical. And even just the microwave was really the plan, that they get rid of a stove, that we all worldwide only have the microwave. So it's so fascinating to me. I mean, food is so important to me. Also, like texture, crunchy things and soft things, and it's so cool to work with all these beautiful plants.
Flavors and aromas. But I also read many different places that in the future we will eat much less, and that humanity will gradually go towards eating only green stuff and like plants. I mean, if you see how much has changed within the last 20 years, you know, when I was a teenager and I became vegetarian, it was like, you're crazy. That how much has changed already. So I can imagine that we get light, the higher we vibrate, the less dense food we need. You can I feel it intensely in my body when I feel dense food. It's like my energy is totally different. So I think this awareness will grow more and more in our society.
Yeah, it maybe needs some more time, but we have definitely time, right? We have time.
We have
like
time.
20 years. I think 20 years is a good horizon to not rush change. But when you look back, it really is crazy what happened in the last 20 years, food-wise, but yeah, in all the topics of humanity, I think. So how do you close your day? That would be another wonderful thing to know.
So I always have to have a shower in the evening, because I feel like I need to wash off all the energy from my body, and that it's another cleaning part for me to set myself up for a calm night. I tried many times. If I don't shower, I'm like energized too much, and it's like I have little, almost like animals on me who keep me awake. It's it's of course also in my mind probably, but the water is so healing for me. So I take a shower, and then if possible, I like to read, even if it's just one page. And before that or after that, I do another quick meditation.
And what kind of meditation? You're just like guided meditation for yourself without somebody?
When I'm in the bed, I'm just sitting on my bed, and I connect with I have kind of a phrase that I always tell myself. I'm connected with source and my highest self, and then go so immediate, and I feel like I'm connected with a high point, and then I feel like a golden shower over me, and then I know, okay. Or I also feel it, it's almost like a different state that I'm in. I feel exactly when I'm in this alpha or gamma state, whatever it is, and when I'm out. And then I ask again about maybe I have a question that I want to be answered, or maybe I just want to transform an energy that like yesterday evening I felt very annoyed or like aggressive almost. I felt like, I don't feel anger normally. What's with me? What's wrong with me? And then I try to transform this anger, and immediately when I'm in this golden shower, it's gone. It's gone. Yeah, it's just me connecting with myself. Then I don't have any music or something. It's just a quick end, and then we talk with my husband in bed about things that keep our mind busy, or things that we need to process, and eventually we fall asleep.
And do you have some bedtime rituals for your girls too, like together, or do they design them themselves?
So we have a ritual when we sit at the table. We always say something that we're grateful for. Everyone says something, and I used to sometimes when one of the girls doesn't feel well or something, then I give them a massage. I used to do that actually every evening when they were babies and when they were little children. But now I feel, with Melody being already a teenager, and she really wants to have her space. And the little one loves, both, they love to read. So they just go to their bed and then they read, and not so much anymore as we used to have, except for, of course, a big hug and saying some nice words to each other before they go to sleep. The older they get, the more they need their privacy, I feel.
And that's so beautiful to respect that, It's so important that we don't overestimate our importance all the time. Of course this relationship is important, but like, they're on their own.
And sometimes it's really nice when we're in holiday, or when we on the weekend we all cuddle together in one bed, and of course then we do that when we don't have to get up in the morning very early. Everyone can fall asleep there, and then we bring them to their bed later. But normally everyone kind of prepares for the night to be prepared in the morning.
So beautifully, like beautiful and artfully. I live artfully. I think this sentence says it all, and connects all the dots in your life. Are you proud enough of yourself that you created this for you, or are you like, well, that's normal? Or are you aware of, it's not, no, I don't want to say it's not easy, but in our society, in Switzerland, we have to have degrees and tests, and then we have papers where our degree is on, and on the doorbell, you have your degrees. I never understood that, but I know our society is very pressured, and you broke free very early and just did it your way.
Mm-hmm. I had no other choice. I don't feel like I'm special in that way. I just was born this way, and I would have almost died internally if I would have chosen the same path like other people did, just go studying something because it was like a logical follow-up from the grade before. It was more my inner calling that pushed me, because otherwise I felt sad, or something just didn't feel in alignment, and I didn't want to feel this way. So I just started this search very early, and I'm glad I found. I don't think I found dance. Dancing found me. It was just in me. I didn't have to look for it. I just had to do it, and then I had to convince my parents. That was actually a difficult part, that to choose this very insecure path. But it gave me so much joy, and I think I would choose dance again. Many dancers say, "Oh, once you know what this will bring with you, you would not do it anymore." But I think I would choose it again. Yeah.
How beautiful.
Yeah.
So listen to your calling, and if you don't hear anything, like quiet your mind and start listening what's important to you.
Exactly. And don't be scared that your plan could fall apart, or because I think we only come, a next door opens when we have the courage to make the first step, and then suddenly just start before you're ready, and then just start, and then something will open. Something will definitely open. But your little mind is not able to see the complexity of what would be possible. Only your soul can feel that, and you will feel it in your heart. But your mind is just so limited to the experiences it already made that it cannot see what's possible and how many connections will happen once you did the first step. So
that's kind of your message to the world, right? Or do you have an extra take? Like, I always close these conversations.
You're the artist of your life. You can paint it anew every day. So maybe you paint with green today, and then you feel like, that doesn't feel right. I think I have to try blue. And it's not the end of the world. Nothing is set in stone. You create your life every day, and you this is what humanity has to learn now, that to get out of this victimhood that we have been in for too long, and to get back into what you as a human being are truly capable of. And now we're extremely challenged with that, to the extreme, and I think it will get even more extreme to push everyone to its limit, to see, okay, what is really my own power, and do we really need people who tell us what we should do?
Thank you so much for your time and wisdom and energy. I love this conversation. Thank you so much. And we will put all your links and how we can find you into the show notes and the video description.
Thank you for the invitation.
Bye.
Bye.
It was just so amazing to connect with Christina and the beautiful way how she designs her day. I mean, these 24 hours of her are so beautifully spent and so intentionally. And I think we can learn a lot of her, because as I tell you, 24 hours, that's all we have. And if you have the luxurious intention to have 8 hours of sleep, you have 16 hours to create magic. And that's what we are here for, right? And I really believe we are here to have fun and beauty and joy and beautiful connections in our lives. And if you want inspiration and support and really nail it and create your own life full of joy, join the Joy Academy. It's just the most beautiful community, the best masterclasses to really find out what you want and to create the life you are dreaming of right now. Not because you don't imagine the good stuff, but all these boundary things you have to set up, or learn to say no, or just know what you want and then tell everybody without being like petrified that they could not like you anymore if you say no. You learn all of that, and the big self-esteem, like from the foundation up, you exude. English is a difficult language. Your self-esteem is just shining out in a very authentic and positive way, and you just feel it, and everybody respects you because you are authentically you and not somebody else, and you don't have to be louder than you would want to be, or don't be so loud. When you are like a loud person, you don't censor yourself anymore, and you just know that how you are is perfect, and the others have to accept it, or they don't deserve you in their life. That's the easy trick. And of course, it's a whole year in the Joy Academy where you can dive into all the issues and the pitfalls and clean them up and forgive what has to be forgiven, and focus on the dream life in your future and go there step by step. You are rocking it anyway. Join the Joy Academy if you want your perfect, wonderful, joyful life. And I thank you already for writing a review on Apple iTunes for this podcast or on Spotify. Thank you so much for listening, and have an amazing day.